Good morning and welcome to 30 Ways, 30 Days. It is day 18. I'm Susie Jacobs and it is 11:07, which is why we're here together, spending 9 minutes unpacking the assumptions that can play havoc with your best laid plans. Today is an extraordinary subject. We're looking to see whether your beliefs, which are hidden from view, could potentially be holding you back from living your greatest adventure, your grandest life. But before we do, let's go back to what we were talking about yesterday, day 17, which was all about choosing versus wanting. Were you able to ditch the wanting so that you weren't left with this yearning, this void, this sense that if only you were good enough, fast enough, smart enough, you'd know how to create a loving relationship, build a business, develop trust with your children. Dump it and work from a place of choice, full responsibility for knowing that you are going to take life by the scruff of the neck and choose it regardless. You're choosing the experience of life, regardless of the outcome. So I want to hear from you. Put a comment in the feed, let us know you're there and that you're practicing and experimenting. That's all we can do. As lifelong learners, we're taking bits of information and we're experimenting. You see, we can't understand something until we've experienced it first. Yeah? So here we go. Day 18, could your hidden beliefs be actually holding you back from living your grandest life? Well, the thing about beliefs is that they're tricky to identify. You really are choosing to focus your attention on discovering them, of becoming a conscious human being who is always in process and who is willing to be fully 100% responsible for how they show up in life. And if that's you, then yes, there will be some hidden beliefs there. And yes, they could very well be undermining your greatest adventure, your grandest plans for a joyous, wonderful life. So beliefs are actually values interpreted. They're your view, they're a filter. You grew up in an environment, and from the age of 0 to 7, you are absorbing the world, generally unconsciously. You're hearing stories from your parents and your grandparents and your siblings, from your friends. You're hearing values being instilled in you. And you're believing it, you're absorbing it. And then what happens as we go through life, we skew those values. We, for a start, imagine that they're our values, and perhaps they were at a point, but they may not be now. So one, it's always worthwhile going back to your values. Are they ones that you inherited from your family and no longer serve your current goals and aspirations? So check in with those first. Remember that beliefs are values interpreted. Here's an example. One of our clients on the training programs said, yes, I was always led to believe to be true to myself. That was a value, be true to myself. But actually how she'd interpreted that was be true to myself as long as it's in line with what my parents want. You see, it's an interpretation, it's a skew. Because we're all flailing around as unconscious little kids, right, down here, trying to work life out. We're interpreting life. So one of your beliefs could be a value that if you interpreted that is no longer serving you. I had another client and she was about to give up on this business that she absolutely loves and was hugely successful, still is, hugely successful in. Why? Because it was impacting her domestic life and her family life. But as we scraped away the layers, we discovered that under all those layers was a belief that a woman's place was predominantly in the home, and that the woman was responsible for all the domestic duties, and the woman was responsible for caring for the family. Now, her 52-year-old self didn't agree with that belief. Her conscious self knew that that's crazy talk. Unless, of course, she was choosing for it to be that way. But it was a belief, which was a value reinterpreted, that came from her upbringing, from her mother. And because it was hidden from view, she hadn't seen that it was operating in the background. And when we don't know what's operating in the background, we can get that sense that we're stuck in quicksand and we're trying to move forward. But we can't because we're stuck to the past. So, hidden beliefs that only you will be able to discover. And this is why Activator Academy is a training program. We are handing over the tools for you to practice, implement, so you're resourced to be able to find these beliefs and values and feelings and filters and judgments and drama, the 7 elements that go into unpacking any particular situation where you're feeling stuck or frustrated, disappointed. You want to create a different outcome and that you feel as though something is stopping you. It's one of these 7 elements. And beliefs, which sits as part of our filters, is one of them. So the opportunity is to become a skilled practitioner in becoming your own best counsel. Your ability to be able to dig around in your past without getting caught in the story to identify where these beliefs are and if they no longer align with who you choose to be and where you're going in life. And if they don't align with your current goals and aspirations, turf them and choose beliefs that do. So could your beliefs be holding you back? 100%. Your conscious self will try to write them off and go, yeah, I know that. I don't actually believe that. But if it's there, a belief cannot just be, you can't just put an affirmation on top of a belief. It doesn't work like that. You need to go back, look at the belief, understand where it came from, own it. Yeah, it's the same, know it, own it, choose it, or change it. It's a process. And it's an empowering, extraordinary process. And if you believe that there could be something that feels not quite right, that feels as though it's holding you back, you know, you're running forward, but you just keep taking 3 steps backwards, get the training, become equipped to become your own best inner guru and best counsel. And take that methodology with you through the rest of life. If that's you, there are still places open for our September programs. You could be one of them. We pull together these small, carefully curated groups of people who experience the most extraordinary journey in peer-to-peer learning, as well as being trained by me, guided by me over a 5-week period to get resourced and equipped to become your own best counsel. If that's you, we want to hear from you. We'll put the link in the feed here. Otherwise, go to susiejacobs.com, get to the contact page, put in your expression of interest. We would love to know what's going on for you, whether there are beliefs which you think are hidden and are tripping you up, and we're going after them. So that is day 18. Don't let anything stop you from leading your most adventurous, joyful, extraordinary life. We're here to help, we're here to guide you and train you, and we look forward to the chance of doing just that. If you haven't been able to make it today and you want to send it to friends, family, colleagues, there's a watch party at 9:07 tonight, at 7:07 tomorrow morning, and of course I'll be back here at 11:07 tomorrow. Bye for now.